Welcome back to the 0 to 6 Figures series. This is a challenge that I do on YouTube where I showcase my portfolio, and every episode I showcase what I'm buying, what I'm selling, and what I'm doing on chain. And this is episode 12, and today the portfolio is worth just under $13,000, $12,897, and a total profit so far of just under $7,000, which means we have invested the difference between that, which is what, basically $6,000 we've invested into the portfolio. And yeah, so far things have been doing relatively okay. Now, the main changes from last episode that you might see is that we've added a new asset into the portfolio, that being Conic. Conic CNC, the governance token for Conic Finance. So we'll spend a little bit of time talking about that. We have also added some more butterfly tokens, and that has kind of averaged our price down a little bit, especially during the recent dip where I believe it went as low as $134 or around the 130 mark. Now, I didn't actually buy at 130, I bought at $169, I believe. But at least generally overall, I think we're almost break even there. So that's good to see. Otherwise, I think generally the rest of the portfolio remains unchanged, and yeah, that's pretty much where we are today. So let's talk about Conic Finance. So let's actually go to the Conic website. I think that's probably the best place to go and have a look. Conic Finance is a protocol built on top of Curve. It's currently got $120 million in total value locked, and essentially what users can do is they can go to these Omni pools and deposit various different assets, and what happens is these assets will go into a variety of pools on Curve. So you can see here, if you deposit USDC, it's going to go into these 5 different pools on Curve Finance. And what you do with the Conic token is that you vote for which pools you want your assets to be allocated to. And this is going to be pretty interesting in future, and this is pretty much why I've bought the token, because I believe as more assets are added, especially not just stable assets, but also things like liquid staking derivatives, which is the narrative nowadays, I think we'll see a number of protocols try and accumulate Conic tokens to basically vote for their own pools. And I think when the other protocols and DAOs get involved, I think that's when Conic will really fly. It's a low market cap altcoin, and so there is high risk. As you can see, we have taken L's at some points with some of these high risk, low market cap altcoins. You can see I'm pretty much 65% down on my Y2K token, Y2K investment. So yeah, I guess you could say there's a similar-ish risk here, but I think Conic is really good, and you can see here that the users are really incentivized to provide liquidity at the moment for these different assets. Of course, much of this is coming in the form of the Conic token, which is leading to some level of farming and dumping. But I think that the overall benefits do outweigh the farming and dumping that's going on at the moment. And I'd like to think that over time that the price of the asset will go up. Of course, I have no idea. I can't give financial advice. I'm just a nobody on the internet. But here you are watching my video and watching me decide what assets I'm allocating to. So pretty much that's the reason why I decided to go for Conic. For me, it's a leverage bet on Curve Finance, and I was able to accumulate it fairly cheaply. I did buy it when it was around $4 or so fairly recently. I mean, it did even go as low as $3.70, which would have been a fantastic opportunity to buy. But I think $4 still pretty good. I mean, we're up a little bit at the moment, but I'm not interested in a 17% gain here. I'm really interested in multiple X's. I think that's pretty much why you buy low market cap altcoins, and if I can't outperform Ether, then what's the point? So yeah, Conic I think is a leverage bet on Curve. I think when bribes come, I think governance, I think DAOs and protocols will be accumulating Conic potentially, and I think because of that, and its close link to the Curve ecosystem, with it being over $120 million in TVL as well, I think it's just a matter of time before we see a big run on Conic. And I think Conic's market cap is still very low. 22 million with a fully diluted of 47 million. So I think when you look at Curve being in the hundreds of millions, would a 2 or 3x here even be that significant? I don't think so. So that's the aim with Conic. How long that's going to take, I have no idea, but we'll have to wait and see. At the moment, I'm not actually doing anything with my Conic tokens. Potentially, I should be going on Curve and providing liquidity there. I think there's probably some decent rewards, but I've been lazy, and I think gas fees just mean it's not really economically viable at the moment with my small bag, perhaps in future. So that's basically the update with Conic. Why did I add more Butterfly? I just thought it was cheap. I still think it's fairly cheap at only a $47 million market cap. Fully diluted is incorrect here. It's actually significantly higher than this. There's quite a lot of emissions to come, but you can actually stake your Butterfly tokens and earn pulse emissions and things like that. So that does negate some of the inflationary effect. Everything else in the portfolio seems to be relatively stable. I would like to, over time, potentially add some more Ether, some more FXS, maybe kind of scale back into R, but I did sell some at a fairly similar price to what we are right now. I did anticipate a bigger dump, and I think R did actually go below $1. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it went to 92 cents, and I don't know why I didn't pick any up there. I think that would have been a good time to buy. I just wasn't thinking straight then. Otherwise, I think at the moment I'm still farming some Lyra, so hopefully we can dollar cost average down a little bit and get this P&L down a little bit. Chainlink, I'm not really adding to the position just yet. I did write a thread about Oracle-less DeFi protocols in DeFi, and I think some of the Link Marines didn't really like that thread, even though I hold Link myself. I just thought it was interesting. And with my stablecoins, I'm still farming. So nothing too crazy going on this episode. We have added a new asset, which is nice. You can see the meme here directly on my display as well. I guess not really too exciting, but you know, at least the portfolio is relatively stable. We're still in the green, and let's see kind of how the next few months go. Either way, I'll try and get another episode out fairly soon because there are a number of assets that I'm looking at accumulating fairly soon, and probably will be adding to the portfolio. Of course, you can see the portfolio live in real time by looking at the description below, so you'll be able to see any updates I do before videos even come out, and you can keep track of that yourself. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with plenty more content in the near future.